The following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com.
Oh, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of Pugs and Kelly present Practical Pics. All right, so here's the deal. You may have noticed there's one of us missing today. We're going to do a special edition of Pugs and Kelly's Practical Pics. What is this, week 17 of 18 here in the NFL? Here's how it works. We get together here every week, and we pick a slate of football games. I don't pick them. My partner Kelly does. Kelly looks at the teams. She measures not by expertise or NFL and none of that stuff. She takes a look at the mascots, and she decides what mascot can beat what mascot. It's crazy. It's an absolutely absurd way of picking games, but would you be surprised to learn she's never lost? We've been doing this for 20 years, not consistently, but off and on over the course of 20 years through different radio shows in Chicago and Dallas. And she has never lost. She has never had a losing season. She has never been beaten by any number of the professional football minds that she has picked against. She's picked against, let's see, who are the people she's defeated? Voice of the Dallas Cowboys, Brad Sham. Former NFL coach Joe Avezzano. Let's see here. Tony Casillas. Who else did she beat? A whole bunch of people she would pick every year. And I'm telling you, folks, I can't quite figure it out. But she knows. She doesn't know anything about football, but she knows how to pick winners, and she does it by the most absurd method possible. She's not here this week. She's off. It's vacation time. She's enjoying sunny, beautiful Florida with her lovely family. But she did give me her picks. So I will be giving you them. Now, it's not going to be a long show like it normally is. It's going to be a quick one. We're just going to get all these picks in because we have to, because we can't miss a week. So what do you say we get started? All right. First, let me tell you about how she did last week. She needed a good week last week. She's been on the skids, man. She has, I believe she had a negative week last week. What was her record? You know what? I don't want to mess around. She had a negative week last week. She was one game under 500. So we needed a good week. And how did we do? Well, it wasn't great for her, no, but it wasn't terrible. Kelly last week went 8-8 in her picks. 8-8. She lost no money. She made no money. Nothing changed. I can't explain it. Let's look at her yearly record, the record for the year. Kelly has this is making me sick. There is a 5-game differential. She's still in the lead. She's 107 games correctly picked using her methodology and 102 lost. Now, I don't know if that's going to be able to pay off, your mortgage at the end of the year, but it's still better than, look, she's winning. She has never not won on the season. And again, she doesn't know anything about football. All right, so let's get started. What do you say? I covered that. We went 8-8 last week. We were 107 and 102 on the season. So let's pick the first game. Again, these are Kelly's picks, and I'll try and explain how she picked these games, what her thinking is. Let's go. Game one. Here we go. This is going to be Thursday Night Football. Tomorrow night, it is going to be the Jets at the Browns. Kelly is taking the Jets. Take the Jets to win. Why? Because we're not even sure what a brown is, but a jet is an airplane, and a brown is either the color brown, an old man, or some kind of magic elf with very limited magical powers. So we're going to go with the Jets. Kelly takes the Jets over the Browns on Thursday Night Football. Let's move to Saturday. This is a big high-profile game on Saturday. Couple of good teams. The Detroit Lions in primetime, 7:00 Saturday night. The Detroit Lions traveling down to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. This is Lion versus Cowboy. This is a Lion versus a dude with a 6-shooter. That gun isn't gonna do anything. Kelly goes Lions because a lion will just eat that cowboy. Do you know what one of those guns is like to a lion? It's just nothing. The lion's going to be fine. Actually, the lion might, here's what happens. The lion might die. It'll die because it'll get a wound and it'll become infected. And then in weeks, it'll starve or something bad will happen. But that cowboy is dying in that interaction. That cowboy is dying right there. Kelly is taking the, what is it? This one. That's right. Kelly is going to be taking the Lions over the Cowboys. All right, the next game. Is this a Saturday game or where are we at on this one? No, this is Sunday. Okay, you've got the Titans taking on the Texans. This is the same team, right? So the Houston Oilers were in Houston, but then the Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee and changed their name to the Titans. So these are the old Houston Oilers traveling down to take on the Houston Texans, a team that didn't even exist. Who do you like here? Kelly says she is going to take the Titans. That's right. Why? I'll give you a little bit of her methodology. Because a Titan is a Greek god, lives on Mount Olympus. Titans are the children of Zeus. Okay, they've got all kinds of powers. You want to know what a Texan is? Basically me. I mean, I live here. This is, I guess I'm not a born and bred Texan, but, just a dude. Some Texans are very impressive. Some not so much. Titans are always impressive. Kelly takes the Titans over the Texans down there in Houston. Next game we're going to run through really quick. We got the Falcons taking on the Bears. This is Bird versus Bear. Guess where she's going? Take the Bears. Kelly is going Bears. Dolphins at Ravens. This is going to be a good game. This is an interesting game. I don't know what to make. The Dolphins, I'm not sold on the Dolphins. Look at me. Hold on. I'm using football. I can't use any football. I've got to let me check what she did. Dolphins at Ravens. She's going with the Ravens at home. Her thinking, obviously. See, Dolphins lose a lot on the road. Unless the Dolphins are like on the road in a place. Seahawks maybe, because then the Dolphin can be right there on the sea. Seahawks fly above the beach. Maybe the Dolphins could do well there. Dolphins always win at home because the Dolphins are in the ocean, and you can't just drop something else into the ocean. But in this particular case, she's got what are we looking at here? We're looking at the Ravens. Ravens over the Dolphins this week. All right, let's go. Next game. Moving on. The Arizona Cardinals are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a battle of the birds, and it's not even close. Kelly is going to take the Eagles over the Cards at home because an eagle is a badass predator bird, and a cardinal, well, All right, next game. Let's see here. Where are we at? Panthers at Jaguars, or if you're fancy, Jaguar. Panthers at Jaguars. This is very interesting. Do you know why? Because we discovered, Kelly and I, that Panthers and Jaguars are the same thing. They're basically the same animal. Black Jaguars are often called Black Panthers or Panthers. So, because the Jaguars are at home and they're basically the same animal, she's going with the home team. She's going with the Jaguars. Next game, let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Raiders are, of course, pirates, marauders, rapers, and pillagers. They sail into your little seaside community and they just burn it to the ground and take everything that it's worth. That's Raiders. Colts. Now we know what Colts are. The Colts should lose every single game based on Kelly's methodology because, as she points out, a Colt is a brand new horse. They can't even stand. They're covered in afterbirth. It's a mess. Take the Raiders over the Colts. Let's see here. See, we're moving through these pretty quick, aren't we? Yeah, we're not doing too bad here. Who needs Kelly? Well, actually, I do because she's the one who made these picks. Let's go with the Los Angeles Rams taking on the New York Football Giants. These are the Rams going all the way to New York. I mean, this is an obvious one. She's taking a giant. It's a giant versus a goat. That's basically it. A goat with big impressive horns, but still a goat. Take the Giant over the Rams in New York. 49ers traveling to Washington, D.C. This is another noon game. noon game. This is the last noon game on Sunday. The San Francisco 49ers are traveling to Washington, D.C. to take on the Commanders. This one hurts because I think I know better. She is going Commanders. There you go. That's right. Why? Because a commander is somebody who's actually achieved something in the military. They've got some credibility. A 49er is just a guy who's out there in the mountains of, I don't know, Northern California, trying to strike it rich. He's kind of a loser, really. A 49er is a guy that, come on, baby, just one time. He's that guy. That guy against a commander, go Commanders all day long. I know it's probably not going to happen because knowing football, 49ers are a much better team. Another 3 o'clock game. This is the first 3 o'clock game. Or is this the only 3 o'clock game? It's a weird schedule this week because there's no Monday Night Football because of New Year's and bowl games and whatnot. 3 p.m. Here we go. Okay, this is a 3 p.m. Sunday game. How about the Steelers taking on the Seahawks? Steelers, here's what we know about the Steelers. They are union steel workers. They are they're men, they're hard men, they're men who work, tough guys, big guys, sweaty guys, strong guys against a seagull. I know they're trying to call it a Seahawk to make it sound tougher, but let's be honest. These are the Seattle Seagulls, and these are birds that we see eating spilled nachos in the middle of a Target parking lot. That's who they are. So guess who she says take? Take the Steelers. There you go. Let's see here. How about Bengals at Chiefs? Is this another 3 o'clock game? Or is this, what is Bengals Chiefs? Is this the last one? Are we all the way? Is this the Sunday night game already? No. All right, I got you. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to run through these really quick. Bengals at Chiefs. Bengals. Oh, she's going with the Chiefs here, which is probably good, although the Chiefs don't look that great. Her reasoning here is that a chief is, again, a warrior Indian who has risen through the ranks. He's accomplished some things. He could probably kill an animal. Although I don't know. I differ on this one. But she is going Chiefs. Take the Chiefs at home. A bounce-back game for them over the Bengals. How about Chargers at Broncos? The Chargers at the Broncos. So, of course, the Chargers are a bolt of lightning, and the Broncos are, as we know, a crazy horse. A horse that just can't be broken. She's going with the Broncos. Kelly's taking the Broncos. And here's why I think she's taking the Broncos. Well, here's why I know she's taking the Broncos. She's taking the Broncos because, as we've discussed on other episodes, a bolt of lightning doesn't always kill a human man. A bolt of lightning, most people can survive a lightning strike. It's like, but then they're okay. A horse, a Bronco, no less, is like 5 men. So, she says, take your Broncos over the Chargers. There you go. Broncos over Chargers. Final game of the week. Again, because there is no Monday night game. All right. So here we go. This is the final game of the week. Sunday Night Football, Packers at Vikings. This is a big old NFC North battle. But this is a big battle. So Packers, what are Packers? Packers are paper packers. They're union workers, just like the Steelers. They work in the North Woods of Wisconsin, where all the trees and the lumber mills are, and they process the wood and they turn it into paper. What is Green Bay famous for? Toilet paper. These are toilet paper packers. The Green Bay Packers taking on Vikings. Okay, so I don't know what you know about your typical Northern Wisconsin union worker. He ain't a Viking. He's somebody's stepdad. He's got kids of his own that he doesn't see much, probably drinks a little too much, and still smokes actual cigarettes. That dude is not going to fare well against a Viking. Kelly says, take the Vikings. Guys, that's it. That's the game. That's this week's game. I apologize for the short nature of today's show, but Kelly's not here. She's traveling, and we wanted to make sure that we got this in for you. So join us again next week for a regular edition. This has been a super small, super fast edition of Pugs and Kelly's Practical Picks. We'll be back next week with more. Appreciate you. Bye, everybody.